back here at Mid-Ohio. Alongside of me is Jackson Tate. Jackson, thank you for coming in tonight.
How's it going?
So we head to Mid-Ohio for the first road course ringer of the year. We got to figure out, we got some pit strategies. Remember, our first road course, so there's not a lot of experience here for the start of the road course season. Basically, the first road course, I call it a road course season because you have Mid-Ohio, Road America, Watkins Glen, so we've got a lot of road courses still to go. But this is a very challenging road course just to start for the season, so we're excited for tonight. I believe we do have a rule. We are allowed to go below the 8 ring in turn 1. I believe that is, I think that's allowed. I'm going to have to check back with that with Jerry. But Jackson Tate, we're going to have to give each other some nicknames because we both are named Jackson, so that's going to be a heartbreaker to go through with. Back to you, Jackson. Jackson, it's going to be a long race today, but you know, we're live here on Carolina Broadcasting Network as well as long. We have NHRL Network is along with us too, so we have 2 networks at one time, and tonight should be fun. So you're watching the Carolina Broadcasting Network, NHRL Network, Mid-Ohio National Series pre-race and qualifying right now. Jackson, what do you think we'll see as far as some road course racing?
Well, it's always going to be really interesting to see which Cup drivers drop down for tonight's race. But I expect JC Mallia to be pretty good tonight in the 98 car. He's typically pretty good at the road courses here in this series. He's never quite been able to reach victory lane, but I think tonight's his night.
I totally agree. That's going to be a fun battle to see him. But, you know, we've all looked through this season. We've had a lot of new winners. We've gone to Daytona, Atlanta. We didn't go to Richmond. We actually switched to that race. So we went to Dover, we went to Kansas, and then now we're back here at Mid-Ohio on this amazing Monday night in the studio here. All right, so it sounds like they're getting everything sorted. I should be getting the good to go sign to jump in the lobby. If you guys are looking at the bottom of your screen, it still says welcome. Eventually, I'll get that changed to a NHRL. You know, it is red for the logo. So for the Cup Series, if I do get a chance to broadcast that, it will be gray for the NASCAR Cup Series logo. Alright, so you're watching the Carolina Broadcasting and the NHRL Broadcasting Networks live here on air on a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 from Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. We'll be right back here as we get the command to go green.
But a thing stays broken when it's broken for so long. Well, all I do is paint myself another shade of wrong. Well, I could never argue, but I'm sure I'd like to try. Lost causes turn me on and cut me like a knife. You say you're broken and I just might be the cure. Well, I'd love to fix you up and leave you on your own.
Welcome back here at Mid-Ohio. Well, it appears that they are not qualifying just yet. Running a little far behind, but that's just okay. We're still starting the night off with a good attitude, especially with a positive mindset for some of these drivers. We hope to have post-race interviews like we usually do in other leagues that I broadcast for. But I'm going to let Jackson take over of what he feels. What's the most difficult part of this racetrack? We all know that, yes, there is a lot of wheel hopping, that yes, there's a lot of sense of terrible rotation, and especially when you're going that uphill area. Tell me how that's going to work out tonight, especially with how loose and how tight these guys can get the tire weight.
The big thing about Mid-Ohio is the fact that without being able to carry speed, you're not going to go anywhere. Obviously, anytime the car gets late, it's gonna want to spin out. So the key there, and what you will see the fast drivers doing tonight, are being able to get through those corners slow and smooth, and that little bit of giving up time on the entry. Between the fast and the slow and the save and the push is going to be the big difference.
Oh, I agree. And I think I joined a little too early, so I'm just going to back out here again. Like I said earlier, it's definitely going to be a wild race. It's definitely going to be a fuel strategy race. Unless we have a caution, I'm not sure how many cars we need for a caution tonight. But that's the thing we'll be watching. How many people will go over? We've seen a lot of people in practice, especially with, I believe Julian said something earlier this morning about him going over into the grass a tiny bitty. I believe he said that. I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to go check back in the messenger chat. But we saw, I'm not going to be a little biased here, but we're going to go to Dover again. We're going to take a look at Matthew's stats. He was very fast, had a fast 78 Toyota Supra until he got put in the wall at least 2 or 3 times. Could we see that tonight, Jackson?
It's going to be really interesting to see whether cars bounce off of each other. You can sure as hell expect it in turns 1 and 2, and then probably down into turn 3 at the exit of the keyhole. But when they get spread out, you won't see a lot. But obviously, when cars are close together at a road course, you can expect the bumper to be used. But I don't expect to see a lot of cars crash tonight because there's a lot of open area. And as per the norm for NHRL racing, you don't really see a lot of cautions on the road courses. But also, you can't ever say never.
Sure, yes, we will see a lot of, hopefully some good racing. I don't want to have a lot of wrecking, especially with a little bit to go. Because honestly, I don't want to see an overtime or a 2-lap shootout. I don't want to see that. I honestly want to see a finish to where we can actually count a winner without anybody getting screwed over. But you just cannot make mistakes. There'll be a lot of pressure on some of these drivers, which can cause them to make mistakes. But the main key tonight is focus on driving the racetrack. Don't try to go too overboard. Don't try to drive too fancy. If you drive too fancy here in Mid-Ohio, there's a chance you can actually spin and crash yourself. We're going to go to break again. You're watching the Carolina Broadcasting Network alongside with the NHRL Racing Network, and we'll be right back, guys, after the small little break here. You'll be watching the Green Flag coming up here in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Well, you can see we are able to join back, by the way, Jackson Tate. We're ready. We're about to hit the green flag. Jackson, did you get the invite? Okay, it looks like Jackson is away right now. Okay, so we're going to continue here on the broadcast. Here we go, coming to the green. Whoa, that was weird. A big lag spike on the start. Whoa, this whole lobby's lagging. Jackson Tate, do you see this?
Actually, for my screen, I actually see it okay. You got Michael Walls leading going into the keyhole. JC Maya with out to an early second place. 89, who's the 89? 89 is Fidel? Oh no, I don't know who the 89 is. There's TC 14-22-5. And Gabe Cazzola in third.
Micah leads the way.
Matthew Stotts in a battle with the 36 car as they head down into turn 3.
Sure thing. Hellman Chevrolet Camaro did really decent at Dover. He's leading here on lap 1 here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the Transport 170 at Mid-Ohio. Let's go ahead and go through the field. I don't think we saw a couple of mistakes. I had a lot of lag at the start of the race. I couldn't call the start of the green flag. And we already see a lot of cars bouncing around. We have, yeah, there's a lot of lag for me going on here. I cannot even broadcast or commentate on how much lag's going on. Alright, so it looks like we're good. I'm not sure. Jackson Tate may have...
JC Maya going for the lead going into turn 1.
We got a battle for the... We got a battle for the lead here, and he does take it to 98. Takes the lead here at Mid-Ohio. The 8 car did lead. Micah did lead lap 1, but congratulations for the 98 getting around the 8, and now he just has a clear racetrack in front of him as they're coming out of turn number 2.
Well, there's contact. Gabe Cazzola's out into the gravel in turn 2.
I believe we heard an incident.
So, as much as it might seem surprising that JC's out in front, I'm expecting Micah to save some fuel here. This stage is a little bit long. I think it's a 5-lap stage. So I think it's going to be close with them on fuel and tires.
Trouble! Turn 3!
So
it's a 7 of the branded Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports. He's around. He gathers it back up, and he will continue on his way. He lost a lot of spots. That's Adrian. Go ahead, Jackson Tate.
So if you guys are watching, so Micah's out here, second place, losing time to JC Maya, but I think JC Maya is just pushing as hard as he possibly can and trying to open up as big of a gap as possible. And then you'll see JC pit for fuel and potentially tires here at the end of the stage. But I don't think Micah's going to pit. So that gap that you see, the gap that JC's going to build, that's going to be the key to who wins the stage.
10-4, that is correct. Jackson, I'm lagging so hard right now. It is just unbelievable. I had the 7 car fly into the catch fence minutes ago. This thing is not working out for me. Looks like we have to shut some things down early. Jackson, if you want to continue, this is all up to you, buddy.
So we're dealing with some technical difficulties in the broadcast, but obviously, oh, you got JC Maya off, missing a corner. That's not going to be good for that gap that he's trying to build. I'm not completely sure on what you guys can see on your screens right now, but up front, we'll treat this like MRN. Up front, we got JC Maya with about 10 car lead over Michael Walls. 89. I'm not sure who the 89 is. I've never seen him in an NHRL race. 4th place is Sean Cosley. I believe 5th place is Matthew Stotts. You got Sean Cosley already in the pits. That's an interesting strategy. Really interested to see what's going to go on here. I think what has happened is I think Micah realized that he wasn't going to be able to save as much as he wanted, so he just so he started going back, pushing as hard as he could again. You can see the gap was beginning to close down. And the 89, who was very fast. Sends Micah to the outside of JC Maya, puts him off the track. It's not really good seeing a Cup driver push off a national record. You know, we penalized Cup drivers for that before. It's the 89 in front of the 8 here. I believe that's the stage checkers. I believe the 89 is going to actually take home a stage victory here. That Micah Wallace finishes second, JC Maya third. I believe that's Gabe Cazzola fourth.